Good evening. My name is Oneida Ayala. My speech tonight will outline optimism. A hopeful disposition is distinguished in the construct of optimism, which is associated with positive outcomes. Winston Churchill once quoted that a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, while an optimist sees opportunities in every difficulty. Winston Churchill. I would like you to listen to my speech because it discusses optimism in life and how it is connected to leading a good life as a positive part of psychology. This speech will make most of you change your perspective about life and allow you to grab more chances and opportunities than ever before. Optimism is directly connected to positivity, and has numerous effects on how people look at and make important decisions in life. I personally have had numerous challenging situations that have required me to be optimistic to get through them. Teenage pregnancy is one of them, which I believe it's one of the harder things that you can challenge yourself with. And to be positive, you can't stray away from. I have studied many factors related to optimism, and I found myself in contact with others. I have had to find sources that would help me raise my children, from my family, my parents, my friends, and even education wise, in order for me to continue my education. You have to be optimistic in order to get through this. Learn optimism while cultivating a positive perspective in areas led to better living. First, I will look at some benefits of optimism. Second, I will analyze how relationships are saved by optimism. Finally, and third, I will discuss whether too much optimism can be hurtful or harmful or not. Optimism plays a massive role in helping people tackle various issues in life. Optimism allows people to manage pain better, have improved immunity and physicality. Hoping for better health outcomes makes it become a reality and help overcome the pain caused by physical illness. Godwin and Bulls, 2013. Pain from life, disappointments such as economic problems, unemployment, can be managed by hoping for better days. Relationships in general, but basically and especially romantic ones, sometimes depend on optimism to survive tough times. Positivity contributes to maintaining any type of relationship. Most of you have been in many relationships or maybe haven't crossed over to that part of your life. But without positivity, you're not going to be able to handle some kind of relationship, any type really. When one partner makes a mistake, it is being optimistic that the other party will reform and keep the connection. You have to find a balance in both the partners in order to be positive and optimistic to get through. Sometimes, however, too much optimism may create chaos and affect decision making, and that's where the heart comes. So you have to be able to find your center point and find your way of being optimistic at the same time. Too much optimism, on the other hand, has its effect, and it's disappointing that it's usually harmful. You can't be putting too much energy on the positive side because it makes a person fail to think what the opposite happens. How do you handle a situation when you're always positive and cheery? You have to know that not everything is able to be resolved. Although it may take some time, the time will come. So you can be cheery and positive, but not unrealistic. Realism should be given its own space, and when too much optimism is placed, it is overshadowed. Some people do go around thinking everything is hunky-dory or everything is nonchalant, and the reality is you have to have a balance. Too much optimism, you're not going to see the negativity that's coming from behind or from elsewhere. You have to be prepared, cautious. Your eyes are always open to the new environments or even the new people that you shake hands with, because too much optimism will cause you to veer away from what is a reality. Again, I say optimism has numerous positive effects on people's lives. Interpersonal relationships, which are like your parents, your children, your siblings, romantic relationships, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, everything can benefit from it. Too much optimism, again, and neglecting reality, however, creates problems. And as you can see, or maybe have crossed over, you'll be able to notice that those negativities do come back to haunt you. In conclusion, optimism is directly connected to positivity and has numerous effects on how people look at making essential decisions and overall health. So Winston Churchill's perspective is proper due to the many benefits optimism brings with people appreciating opportunities under challenging moments. If we've learned anything in class this year, we've learned positive psychology, a brand new psychology that has been around for some time. It's still fairly new, and people may not believe that it works. I personally am very optimistic, and I believe that there's a lot of different things that we can do in order to continue our basic life, but being positive. Again, I am very cautious of what's happening around me, and I believe what Winston Churchill said, which was one of a great leader, if anything, that being optimistic will bring a better day for you. I appreciate you listening to my speech today. There are references on my outline coming from different sources, and this is my speech. Have a good night.